Of you. I'm like a mother bear protecting her cubs. Everyone was disrespected, so I called out Lauren's behaviour. Her husband telling me to shut the up multiple times. In that time, considering, again, I'm completely in the right, apology, there was no sorting out, everyone was silent. Do you know? Stop painting this narrative. How are you going to defend Lauren?
I don't agree with the behaviour. It was like Mean Girls.
Are you calling a mean girl?
It was Mean Girl.
Like, exactly how you talk to Carina. Don't you call me a mean girl.
You just used the word Mean Girls. Who are you referring to right now?
Just me?
No.
Who's group? Okay, so everyone there, but it's still everyone there.
Because they're asking the exact same question on repetition.
Because you went on the girls' night and you asked the questions that need to be asked, and then she didn't like it.
If you be a mean girl,
Because if I was in that situation, I would feel the same way. Exactly how I am now. I'm being defensive of myself.
You see, this is one of those situations, right, where going back to the scene where Lauren was obviously being, you know, quite rude to all the ladies and speaking as if she's above every single one of them, it did really blow my mind that Carina and Ray at the time felt the need to go and consult Lauren. Now, don't get me wrong, sometimes people are like, listen, even though this person has been wrong, let me not be as bad as them, so let me at least be, you know, there for them so they're not there alone, because we're an experiment where nobody has no close ones. So I understand the aspect of the concept of trying to go out there and da-da-da-da-da, but at the same time, to sit there and to act as if Lauren actually didn't trigger the ladies is crazy, because my only situation or issue is that Lauren's behavior is what triggered Jamie's reaction, as well as Athene's reaction, as well as everybody else's reaction. Now, I'm not saying that just because somebody behaves a certain type of way, that gives you the license to then react in however way you feel. But I would say that at the time, the reaction that was given by Jamie, as well as Athena and the ladies there, wasn't exactly, I wouldn't go as far as calling it Mean Girls, because there was no name calling. You know, there was a little bit of projected voices. Okay, cool. But there definitely was no name calling. There was no, you know, kind of like really putting in a corner to make it feel less than. It was literally a case of just trying to have a conversation and for her to kind of see the other side. But Lauren wasn't having none of it. So she was very, you know, rude about it. And to be fair, can anybody tell me how you would have handled that situation any differently to how Jamie or Athena handled it? You know what I mean? I think end of the day, Carina should have just came in and said, listen, I know obviously I went to be a shoulder for Lauren, but I did it because, you know, we're all here alone. I need something. But if me doing that made you feel like as if I was taking sides, I do apologize, because that wasn't the intentions. I just wanted to be there for, but I like to be there for people. That's it. Keep it simple. But instead, Carina decided to go in this whole defense, you know, and now Jamie's really looking like a very aggressive person, which again isn't right. It doesn't give Jamie the right to be aggressive in this situation anymore at this moment in time. But the way Carina's come into it, definitely, it wasn't wise. It's not me defending Jamie. I'm just saying Carina could have come into it and just said exactly what I just said. She could have just said. Do you see what I'm saying? If she really wanted to keep peace like that, people that are peaceful will do it that way. But she came in hot, ready to just justify. That's the issue. She came in ready to justify rather than to just have a quick explanation with an apology.
With someone who has no logic.
No. Right now, you're feeling the bullshit to me. So my feelings are valid. You sat down, you called me a mean girl. I didn't call you a mean girl, Athena.
Okay, this is like, honestly, I'm losing brain cells. Jamie.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I'd be feeling the same way.
Is very good at shutting people down, and I think it's totally unfair.
If you were sorry, you wouldn't come here and tell me I'm a mean girl. That is
No, I don't even stop.
Carina, shut your mouth.
Oh.
And of course, this is where Jamie obviously crosses the line. She's obviously really allowed Carina to get under her skin purely because Jamie considered Carina a friend. You know, and like I said before in the previous episode, you can't call anyone your friend. You've known these ladies for a few weeks, you know what I mean? But either way, she considers a friend. And because she has supported Carina throughout the series, as well as the other ladies in particular, of course she's going to be her. Of course she was expecting, you know, Carina to behave in a certain type of way. But in Jamie's... So my bad, I accidentally mute myself. But in Jamie's eyes, she's seeing herself as Carina is basically stabbing her in the back after everything that she's done to support her. Which I understand, but doesn't mean that you have to scoot to the level of now, you know, telling that person to shut the hell up.
What do you reckon's going on over there?
That's for you. No, you weren't. You have a voice, and now I have a voice.
I don't give a if you got a voice.
Okay, so then
I know you didn't come from a bad place, but you really let me down at the retreat. You blatant black and white. They were in the wrong, I was in the right. I would have anything for you to stand up in that moment. You told me privately so many times for you to stand up in that moment. You told me privately so many times, you're going to back me, you're going to back me, you're going to back me.
To be fair, she got a point. You told me in privacy that you said you're going to back me. So she got a point here in this conversation that she has a Ree. To be fair, the way Ree handled the situation was far better than the way Carina went about it. Again, this isn't me defending Jamie. What I'm saying is that you've got to understand how to approach a situation that you may have actually been potentially in the wrong end. You see what I'm saying? And Carina had no intentions of approaching it in that way. She just wanted to approach it in a way of saying, well, this is how I was feeling, blah, 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 which again is not a bad thing, but how you address it is the thing. And the funny thing about it is Carina is bothered about how Jamie addressed herself to Lauren when she's not even focused on how she's addressed herself in the situation. But again, though, the way Jamie decided to address herself to Lauren at that time was purely due to the fact that Lauren had, you know, triggered her, you know. Obviously, you had the first meeting where obviously these girls went and confided her, and that was purely because Lauren was rude as hell. And then you had the second one where, you know, Lauren again was literally calling Jamie names like troll and all that kind of stuff. This is what I'm saying. So it's like, I don't know how Carina is still willing to defend this situation when Lauren has definitely displayed being a mean girl, to be honest with you. She's the one that done the name calling. She's the one that done the gaslighting. You see what I'm saying? It's a calamity. But anyway, let's get into how Ree decided to address herself.
In that moment, I didn't stand up for you, but I actually never validated Lauren's behavior ever. See how these girls are offended by what you have said. If you told me that you did not care about my opinion or anything, I would be gutted. For a group setting, when I needed you, I was drowning. She looked and she saw everyone, completely let me down, killed me.
Which is a fair point, because in that situation, Lauren feels like she's winning. She feels like she's in lead, you see what I'm saying? And therefore, Lauren's given a power that she doesn't deserve.
I can't tell you how hard I cried after that. Really sorry I hurt you in that moment when I didn't stand up. Bingo, thank you. That's all I needed. I came, like, I really think we should put this to bed, but like, I genuinely love you. You're not gonna tell me to put it to bed though, because this is my feelings. I'm not even giving a sincere apology. I put it to bed. Jamie, no.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Jamie definitely does need to put it to bed though. Like, you've got an apology from Ree, that's what that matters. If Carina wants to still continue the way she's going, then let her be. And if Lauren wants to still be the way she is, then let her be. You see what I'm saying? But realistically, Ree was right in that one, saying like, it's time to just, you know, let's just put it to bed and move on. And she doesn't have to move on with, you know, being friends with Carina anymore. Do you know what I mean? That's it. So, but I guess Jamie is Jamie.
Not having any ounce of my perspective, and then fully just understanding Ree's point of view, and it's not fair.
There's a lot more deeper than whatever is going on now. I don't care about it anymore. That's a waste of time.
I am dumb for standing up for myself, and I'm not sure how I can progress with Jamie in the future.
Here to get involved in everyone's relationship. Like, my relationship's going well, and I'm like a family girl. Like, I wouldn't raise my children to speak like that. Like, that's just not me.
I mean, listen, like I said before, you know, at the end of the day, I just feel like the way Carina decided to go, I felt like Carina went into it expecting a war or something, you know, it's weird. I was really surprised by Carina, to be fair. I was really surprised by the way she approached it. I'm not saying she was wrong, per se. Actually, yeah, it's not a case where she was wrong. It's just that I was surprised because I thought that she's going to go into it, not necessarily apologetic, but just go into it and just be like, hey, like, this is why I reacted the way I reacted, but I understand if the way this is why I handled it the way I handled it. But I do understand how it's made impact on yourself. You know, I hope we can move on from this. Do you see what I'm saying? And then maybe for a little apology there and there. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the way I would have handled it personally, myself in particular, because it was never that deep for these two ladies. It was never that deep for these two ladies to now go back and forth with each other, because they shouldn't be at war together right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, Lauren's the issue, not them, you know? So it is hella sad. But hey ho. I'll see you guys for the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.